Here we are. Welcome in, everybody. This is a brand new show. I guess we could start by introducing ourselves. I'm Cooper. I'm at CouchCru 17 on X. Cover UMHB, kind of a fan blog, just team coverage stuff. And with me is Mike, my co-host. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good, man. Yeah, Mike, as you said, Mike Shoultz. My handle is at Mikey_Shoultz on X. And yeah, this is something I'm super excited for. Coop, tell the people what we got going on here.
Yeah, we'll get right into it. Essentially, what we're doing here, it's gonna be a very unique twist to covering Division III football. We're both D3 guys, both absolutely love it, and we are a part of the Voices in the Stands podcast already. So that's this idea kind of sprouted out of that. The idea is to do something fun, unique, cover Division III in a way that really hasn't been done yet, because we're going to be incorporating point spreads into our picks. We'll cover, if there's top 25 games, if there's 3, we'll cover 3. If there's 5, we'll cover all 5. And then we'll do best of the rest. So this week we've got 8 games. We got 4 top 25 games to get to. And then we got 4 in the best of the rest that we're going to be talking about. All of them have point spreads, courtesy of Logan Hansen and Massey ratings. We average those together, get a little point spread. Both of those guys do a great job. So excited to get into it. And we'll both have picks, right? So like we'll get to the games. If there is a situation, which actually the first game we're going to talk about, we are going to be on a head-to-head, right? So in that case, if there's a head-to-head, if Mike is on one side and I'm on the other side, $10, whoever wins the bet, that donation is directly sent to QBs versus Cancer. The website, the URL is right there. Quarterbacks versus Cancer. So kind of a fun twist, donating to a fantastic cause. If you're not familiar with Quarterbacks versus Cancer, the website's right there. Really couldn't find a better cause as far as somewhere to donate, and it's backed by D3 guys. So that's what we're gonna get into. Mike, are you ready to get after it?
I'm ready. Give me that first game.
All right, let's get to it. All right. First game on the docket is really an underrated game. I mean, there's some great games this week. We've got number 14, John Carroll, traveling to Indiana to take on number 11, DePaul. And spread is DePaul -2.5. I'll lead off with my pick here. I kind of hinted at that we'd be on opposite sides, so I'll get right to it. I am going to back the home side here. You just look at it from, man, honestly, so this DePaul team, I don't know if I've seen a more painful playoff loss than their loss last year at Johns Hopkins. Just the ending to that game was like nails on a chalkboard, really difficult to watch, and such a good program, such a good team. So, but somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose, and they ended up being the losing side, unfortunately. But they're so solid. I think they're one of those teams. If they had ended up beating Johns Hopkins in that game, they might be talked about as a top 5 team right now. Like that those roles could easily have been flipped just based on that one result, because of the way the top 25 rankings start and at the beginning of the year, and then you kind of have to work up from your place, right? John Carroll, speaking of Johns Hopkins, John Carroll has already played Johns Hopkins this year and lost in a I think it was it 28-14?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Somewhere around there.
So that kind of leads into my handicap here. I think DePaul is built a lot like Johns Hopkins is. Really, really stout front seven, great defense. So I think it's a similar matchup. And the spot to me is just a DePaul spot. I think this is a massive game for DePaul. They're at home. I think they get it done. I think they cover the 2.5. So that's where I'm gonna lead off with DePaul.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a great game, like you said. For me, I'm going John Carroll +2.5, and the reasoning is their great quarterback, Nick Semptenfelter. I think I've heard that last name enough to nail first shot. All-American level QB. Even if he doesn't get one of those teams, he's that good. he's so efficient. He's so accurate. And, you've seen that in order to hang with this DePauw team, you're going to have to move it through the air because their ground defense is so well. And John Carroll's built perfectly to do that. I'll take the points. I'll take the road team. I've been a little overly high on John Carroll all year in my top 25 versus the poll. So I'm going to stick true to my top 25 and roll with the road dogs here.
Sorry, I was on mute there for a sec. Yeah, and it makes sense. I mean, Simpton Felter is top 2-3 quarterbacks in Division III. I mean, has a case to even be the best player, best quarterback in Division III. So it's hard to really argue against that. So I mean, and look, this spread is close to a pick 'em for a reason. This is going to be a competitive game. This is a big time football game on Saturday. Highly recommend tuning in if you don't already have it on the docket. All right, moving along to the WIAC, big time game. Talked about this one a little bit a couple of days ago with our good buddy Josh. Whitewater at home here hosting UW Stout, and I think you're leading us off on this one.
Yeah, I'm all over Stout on this. I mean, Stout is just they are really, really good. They're a sleeper team, number 20 in the country right now. I get 17.5 points for a Friday night game. Hey, yep. Friday night, what else is going on? Stout beat this team last year. I mean, I don't think I would pick Stout to win, but there's just too much meat on the bone there. Stout plus 17.5. Their run defense is crazy, crazy good. Just 1.7 yards per carry. That's the best in the WIAC, allowing under 275 yards total on the entire season. They are really, really, really good. So, yeah, give me Stout. Give me the points.
Yeah. So we're going to be on the same side of this one. And look, this has nothing to do with me being down on Whitewater. In fact, I think Whitewater might be the best team in the conference this year. I'm on record saying that. But look, Stout, they're coming off their first ever winning season since 2010. That was last season when they went 6-4. That was big for this program. And they've just clearly taken another step even since 2024. Like you said, man, this defense is super stout. I'm high on Whitewater, but I think this Friday night game, Whitewater, are they going to be off their groove a little bit because, something about there's a band competition and on Saturday, so they got to play on Friday, and you're moving the big dogs to the Friday slot now. It's going to be the standalone game. Definitely one I'll be tuning into without a doubt. To me, it smells like 17-7. Like I don't think Stout wins this game outright, but I do think that this game is probably a low scoring, just, absolute dogfight in the trenches. So I'm with you. Me and Mikey on the same side here with UW Stout plus 17.5 to keep it somewhat close. And we go. How's the weather for that one, by the way? I forgot we're going to talk about some weather.
I mean, weather should not be an issue with, picking the spread in this one.
Okay.
I'm seeing mid-60s and cloudy. Now, that temperature's going to drop quick, but this is football weather. We're not talking 30s. I mean, these guys can do everything, pass. No issues.
Sweet. All right. Moving on to one that I think weather could be an issue on. If the forecast remains correct, we're looking at like an 80-90% chance of precipitation at Platteville, right? So, man, this just another huge game. I think Platteville, what do they drop to? They are 13 after kind of a surprising loss last week to a good team, but surprising loss. La Crosse coming in on the road as the number 4 team in the country. Man, where do we start with this one? Platteville surprised, I think, kind of caught La Crosse off guard. Their first conference game of the season in 2024, 3-point victory over La Crosse. I dug into that box score a little bit, and it was not an anomaly. Platteville outgained them yards per play by almost 2.5 yards. Really, I expected to see like La Crosse have more success on the ground, but man, Platteville did a great job. You got to think that, their backs are against the wall here. after dropping last week's game to River Falls in the WIAC, man, like you almost can't lose games. Everyone's so good. You lose a game and now you can't lose another one if you want to make the playoffs. So really just, we've talked about it. SEC at Division III, essentially. With all that being said, I'm going to back lacrosse here. You can't give me 3 and a hook in a game like this. Could be some weather. I personally think lacrosse is more balanced this year. And I don't think they're going to be overlooking the Pioneers here because they lost to this team last year. This is one lacrosse has had circled. I would lean towards lacrosse winning outright, but I really think the game should probably be just a straight up toss up. So give me the 3.5 with lacrosse. How about you?
Yeah, I'm going to back lacrosse as well. Like you said, I think lacrosse is the best team in the WIAC. I've been on record saying that, just like you've been saying Whitewater. Lacrosse's conference to lose. Of the top 6 teams in the WIAC, lacrosse is the only one to win a road game yet. Platteville lost on the road. River Falls lost on the road. Oshkosh lost on the road. So, they're the only team that's proven they can do that. Can they do it again? I don't know. I mean, I think Platteville creates some different challenges, but, like we said, with 85% chance of showers, if there is some rain, I think that only helps lacrosse. They've just been really dominant on the ground, and their run defense has been the second best in the conference. So, yeah, I'll take lacrosse. Give me some points. Great. I would take money line, but yeah, I'll take the points. 3.5.
100%. We're definitely aligned there. All right. And we go, Mikey.
Oh, yeah. I love this game. I mean, this could be, unless we see some craziness, this could be a winner take all for the NWC out there in Oregon. Man, this is one of those high lines. When you get to like that 15 number, it's a really interesting number. As you would know, Coop, you're just past that 14 number, which is kind of like, hey, you win by 2 touchdowns. All of a sudden now you don't cover. So I had to really think about this one pretty hard. Last year, Linfield beat these guys 34-7. I think Linfield's a little down from last year's team, but I also think Whitworth is way down from last year's team. So I'm not sure both these guys are as strong as last year, but I'm going to lay the points here. I like sticking with the home team. One thing that's really interesting to keep in mind that I wrote down here is that the Whitworth QB, Logan Lucino, he leads the conference in completion percentage, and he's also thrown a league low just 2 interceptions. And that's something to really keep an eye on because Linfield, on the other hand, has really struggled throwing the ball in the air. They're dead last in the conference in quite a few passing categories. So that made me really think hard about this. If this gets into some sort of aerial shootout, it's really going to favor Whitworth. So I'm making a tough decision here, but I'm still going to lay the points with Linfield.
All right, here we got another head-to-head because I'm definitely backing Whitworth in this situation. In fact,
ready, get that money ready.
What was that?
Get that money ready. I feel good on this one.
I feel pretty good. In fact, I'm going to say I think Whitworth has a chance to win this game outright.
Wow.
Yeah, I honestly do. I don't look. I watched Linfield play Oshkosh. I'm not that high on Oshkosh this year as far as the WIAC is concerned, and Linfield just got completely just varsity JV. I mean, it was not really not even as competitive as the score looked, and that's not what we're used to seeing from Linfield. I mean, this is a team that this is a historic college football team. This is a team with national championship pedigree that is used to making deep runs and. Even in years that they didn't win or play in the national title, is going to Perkins Stadium, pushing Whitewater to the wire. So that's not the case this year with the Wildcats, in my opinion. I think Whitworth is live. What you mentioned about is it Lacio or Lucio, the quarterback at Whitworth?
I think it's Lacio. Maybe I should check the pronunciation guide.
So whoever he is, that guy's efficient. Like you said, this team can air it out. That's a recipe to slay a giant, is to be efficient and to be able to put the ball in the air efficiently. So I think Whitworth covers the number and has a chance to win this game outright. So that's 2 head-to-heads. Yep, 2 head-to-heads. So $20 on the line so far, going straight to QBs versus cancer. That's at quarterbacks versus cancer.com. So great cause. Make sure you guys are checking that out and contributing to a fantastic cause backed by Division III. All right. And we move still on the West Coast. Looking at Cal Lutheran. I think they're the Kingsmen. Pretty cool little logo there. And they are hosting Chapman, who I have seen play this year. I saw him play against Hardin Simmons. This was the toughest one for me to pick. Honestly, this one was. I think this line is very, very on the nose. I think it's like right around 10, 11. 11's a weird football number, but we've seen it happen before. I'm going to have to go with Chapman here. I do think I'll lay the points with Chapman on the road. Tough. I was really on the fence about this one. This is not one I'm super confident in. But I do think that they're still a level above Cal Lutheran. And I'm even second guessing myself while I'm talking about this one, which is not something I do very often. So, but that's going to be my pick. How about you, Mike?
We got another QBs for cancer here. I'm
right.
Lutheran plus 10.5. And really, I think it was that half point. This feels like a game that could literally land at 10. Like you said,
Yeah.
I think on the nose. I went back and forth on it. Last year, this was Chapman won 28-18. I could see a very similar score. And if that's the same score, I cash in. This is a night kickoff, Skyac after dark out there. There's no weather that's going to be a factor. It's going to be low 70s at kickoff. So, I mean, I don't see a reason why one of these teams would just run away. So, yeah, give me. There's just too many points there. I'll take Cal Luth plus 10.5.
Yeah, I can't blame you there. Like I said, I went back and forth, and that hook is really could be pivotal in this one, right? So that's 3 donation opportunities now to QBs versus cancer. All right, got a few more here. Let's get to Heidelberg at home against the number 2 team in the country, the Mount Union Purple Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could both agree here. Heidelberg has no shot. I mean, let's just get right to the point. They got no shot of winning this game. But can they cover? That's why spreads are fun, is a team can have no shot and still cover a spread. Like Milliken last week against North Central. They had no shot to win the game. They lose 59-10, but gosh darn it, they covered. And that's what's great about spreads. So in this one, with all that being said, the last 2 games that these 2 teams have played, Mount Union has outscored Heidelberg 93-13. I don't see that changing. I'm laying 36. If this number was 46, I would lay it. I'm laying Mount Union. Feel very confident with it.
Yeah, this is my apologies to the student princes, but this is not going to be very pretty. Look, I'll be honest. There's one team that I don't love in Division III football from a fan base perspective, from just a history perspective, and it's Mount Union. And it's not because they've been good. It's the same reason that we hate the New York Yankees and people hated the Patriots when Tom Brady was there, and the Chiefs now, right? So it's out of respect. And something else that's out of respect is this kid Mikey Maloney deserves some praise because he's a gamer. This guy is a baller. I posted a while back. I saw him like do a scramble and a spin move, and I was like, man, I haven't seen anybody at Mount Union move like that since Kevin Burke. So really, Mount Union might have something this year. And I'm with you. I'm laying the number. I think this is pick your score for Mount Union. So, yep, we are aligned. All right, keep it moving. Mount Union minus 36. All right, this is a sneaky good one.
Yeah.
Any weather here?
No, low 70s and mostly sunny. I don't see any reason to, unless you're thinking a shootout, be right for that, but nothing that would give me too much pause.
Okay. All right. So this is a sneaky good one, man. I have a feeling we're going to be aligned here, but I don't know. I'm not 100%. So these guys. So Ursinus was 9-2 in 2024. This is a good football program, and these guys have had a winning record for years. These guys are no slouch at all. Tristan Machado, their quarterback right now, has got a 15-1 TD to INT ratio, and he's passing for 244 yards a game. Given that they've won some games by a decent margin, those are even more impressive numbers because they probably haven't had their foot on the gas all the way through the fourth quarter. This game was 16-7 a year ago. Man, Johns Hopkins is really good. Bay Harvey, maybe the best quarterback in Division III. That defensive front is nasty. They just move at a different speed and they play at a level of cohesiveness that we don't see all over the country at this level. So really impressive Johns Hopkins team, but the spread is 21. And these are teams that are familiar with each other. Give me Ursinus to keep this somewhat close. I have a really hard time seeing this be Johns Hopkins winning this game by more than 3 touchdowns unless there's just turnovers all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, and Johns Hopkins is at home here. It seems, does it feel like Johns Hopkins is just at home for like every time I look at like, oh, Johns Hopkins is a big game. Oh, it's in Baltimore. It's like,
yep.
It's like their 6th game, and I think they've played 4 of them now at home. That's good scheduling, I guess. This is a tough one, like you said. We got another QBs for cancer here. We got $40 on the line now. Going Johns Hopkins, I'm laying the number.
Wow.
Said all the right things, right? 16-7 last year. They know each other really well. But we got to talk about Bay Harvey, one of those great quarterbacks like we talked about, leads the conference in QB efficiency, completion percentage. He's only thrown 2 picks on the year. I think this is a game that gets to like 42-10. Like, I really think they're going to lay it on them. Johns Hopkins just didn't play very good last week, and I think they're going to come out with a vengeance. Like, they can't – what they did last week, they can't put that on tape again. They got to come out here and show that they're dominant. I think they're going to do that, so I'll lay the points.
Woo. Yeah, I didn't expect that, but there we go. That's 4 QBs versus cancer games now, so we're up to $40 in the donation bucket. All right, last one. We are trying to cover as many regions as we can reasonably, as long as the games are good. And this is definitely a game that has a lot of big time implications, right? Lead us off here, Mike.
Yeah, this is a huge one. Another one of those tough numbers at 18. We see a lot of games that end around that 17 number. So again, it's a tough one. Endicott has dominated this conference, but a team like Western New England, they took down Springfield in week 1. They've had some good things going for them. Endicott seems like they're down this year. Yeah, you kind of see, are we gonna go with the dogs here? Are we gonna take too many points? Nah, I'm taking Endicott minus 18. They got the same old tricks, right? They rule this conference. They're going to continue to do it this year. I'll lay the points. I don't feel great about this one. It kind of feels like that Chapman Cal-Luth game where I'm very, very hesitant on them. Endicott blew these guys out last year. I don't think they're going to blow them out. I think it's going to be really close to that 18 number. But I'll lay the 18.
Yeah. I'm with you here. I looked at the Endicott Muhlenberg, some of the little highlights and also the box score, and Endicott's got a different quarterback this year, Shea Lynch. He doesn't seem quite as prolific. Basically, what Muhlenberg did was they just kind of took the passing game away and slowed down the run enough, and they won the game. I don't think Western New England is capable of slowing down the run, and I think Endicott is they're just going to have too much in the trenches, and the run game is going to be too good behind Bridgewater and company there in the Seagulls backfield. So I'm with you. We are aligned on that one. Endicott minus 18, cover the number. And who knows? I mean, that's part of why doing this is fun. Maybe Western New England shocks the world, and then we're back here next week talking about that.
Yep.
All right. Well, fantastic. appreciate everybody for joining us, and do us a favor. If this is probably going to be posted on the Voices in the Stands YouTube channel. Potentially could be live streaming this directly to X and YouTube moving forward. If you see it on X, do us a favor and retweet. Do us a favor and like the video on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, because this is where this Pick'em show is going to be moving forward. So, and also don't forget, we should always mention before we go one last time, check out QBs versus Cancer at quarterbacksversuscancer.com. Again, just a fantastic organization, and a great opportunity for anybody looking for a good cause to contribute to. So, Mike, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, if you're seeing this on X, we're going to post this every Tuesday night, I think, weekly Tuesdays. So look for it on Tuesdays. And also, comment, tag us, do whatever. Let us know your picks. Like, you think we are way off. Whitewater's going to blow out Stout. Let us know. We can take the heat. Or let us know you're in agreement. But yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts on if we are way off.
100%. Yeah. Let us know your pick'ems, tag other people in your respective fan bases, get the pot going, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yep.